Hello and welcome back, listeners, to the Allegendly Podcast, where me and my co-host get a mystery topic coupled with some mystery facts, and it's our job to figure out which facts are real and which facts are fake. My name is Alex, and with us always is Joe.
Oh, hey. Oh, that's just my knees hitting my desk.
You gotta get one of those zero spin chairs, dude.
I know, dude.
360s.
I gotta get more than a one-bedroom apartment is what I need.
At some point we're gonna get enough money to pay for you to have one of those swivel chairs like in Austin Powers.
Yeah.
He's just like,
oh man, I cannot wait for the tens of dollars to roll in.
Hey, dude, we have consistent viewership amongst a very loyal fan base, extremely loyal, in fact.
We're the definition of niche.
You know what? We have a very broad scope, though. And at some point, Jay Leno is supposed to show up on the show. So it doesn't help that we're on camera. Hey, Jay Leno, when'd you get here? Does he sound like that?
That's no, not really, but
I guess I don't remember what he sounds like.
He does have a higher pitched voice.
I just remember his chin. He's got the big chin, right?
Yeah, he has a huge chin.
That's all.
There's someone on YouTube called the Leno Fly, and the reason he's called that is there was a bit. I think it's a Craig Ferguson bit where he made Jay Leno sound like a fly, like he's buzzing around. So it was that was the whole bit.
That is fucking hilarious. Dude, don't lie, Joe. You've smoked enough weed where holding your breath that long isn't that bad. Trying to make it seem like a 5-second hold is like... I'm pretty sure we could have a conversation for 20 minutes where you're just slowly letting out.
It's just leaking out one nostril.
Well, you smoke too, right? And I know a lot of smokers that did that. Yeah, so where's today going? He's just slowly puffing out as they talk.
Yeah. The gangster move was the double inhale, where you bring it in and you go, and then you slowly let it out and get it through the nose. So as it's coming out, you're bringing it back in, dude.
I tried that once. I felt like that burned, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, it's harsh, gnarly. You had to basically you smoked so much that you started searing your nostril, all the little, all your little smell, ends and stuff like that.
The one thing that I could do the smoke tricks with that was fun, that wasn't super harsh, was hookah.
Oh yeah. Now, they get you. They're like, oh, it tastes like mangoes. You're just inhaling the equivalent of 5 cigars.
Dude, so for viewers probably under the age of 25, they might not even know, but hookah was a big deal back when we were
there's a hookah bar 3 blocks away from me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's gone into the real tech bro sphere.
Hookah was fun, right? But it was more social. I didn't light up a hookah and watch a movie. You know what I mean?
It's all about it'd be really weird if you lit up a hookah by yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I've done it, right? But it's sad.
Just sitting there, lonely. You're the world's saddest caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
No joke. It was shirtless, fucking laying on the couch
yeah. I don't know why I can't get dates.
The crypto bro crowd. Oh man. Oh, Solana's doing great. Dude. Yeah. So the dragon, where you let it out of your the 2 parts here and then the nose. Yeah, shit like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's a little blast from the past for people that don't, remember graduating, fucking 2007. So anyways, we have a podcast topic today. Spoke with the writer last week. Got a little too dark.
Yeah, they had to tap out last week.
They tapped out. And I can totally see why. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we went through it. It was intense. You know, you cried, I think, like once or twice.
A little bit. I shed a tear.
Yeah, you did. And then we rounded off with Lord of the Rings stuff because, I mean, it was just a little too much. You know what I mean? We needed that brevity.
I found it weird when I started crying and you just pointed and laughed. And I just thought that was...
Well, I have to assert my dominance, you know?
I guess. I was like, you know, like the people fell off 100 feet and got squished by a fucking train car.
They got squished so much that they were indistinguishable shapes now.
Like you couldn't put a shape to it anymore.
Yeah. Man was a rhombus. Now he's a triangle.
Like it was... I mean, those are both identifiable shapes, so...
I guess that's true. All we know is that person was shaved down to a point.
Like, is a puddle a shape? I don't know.
So yes, so a little too dark this week. The writer did say that she tried to go a little less dark. The 1800s just got a little too much.
I mean, the 1800s is just, you're already kind of starting a little dark.
It's like in the worst time period. Like, I mean, I guess there is no real good time period. Like the 90s is where it started kind of being okay.
Yeah. That's where gay best friends were allowed. So
yeah.
It's the start of stuff.
Yeah. Like the 80s, dude. Have you ever gone back and watched like 80s movie, like from the perception you have today? Like I tried enjoying Rocky to an extent, and it's an amazing movie. It has some cliches though.
Man, I rewatched a bunch of John Hughes catalog.
That's rough.
The amount of racism that's in there, that's just straight played for laughs, is why when Wong Duk Dong shows up to a gong sound every time, I'm like, oh boy.
One of the worst movies, and I think it's a John Hughes movie, right? San Elmo's Fire?
Yeah, I think that's a Hughesy guy.
That was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. It was terrible. It's fucking terrible.
It's not great. Even the theme song sucks.
Whoa.
I said it, dude.
Let's not say things we're going to regret in later podcasts, okay? San Elmo's Fire is a... Actually, not to go on too much of a fucking tangent, but have you ever looked into what the musicians behind the song have said? Oh, look it up. Listeners, look it up because it is so fucking funny. Because basically they were charged with writing a theme song for this movie, St. Elmo's Fire, right? And so they got the script for the movie, and the writers were like, this is fucking shit. This movie's garbage. I hate it. And so the actual song, right, it's very generic sounding, like Go the Distance kind of stuff, like you would in like a Hughes, John Hughes movie.
Yeah.
But it's actually about a dude that ran, I think, like a relay or something in a wheelchair. Like that's what the idea was. So like if you line it up to this person and what they said they wrote it about, it matches up actually. But it's also pretty generic enough to be like, oh, you're finding your place in the world, And they just threw in St. Elmo's Fire because of that.
There was
St. Elmo's Fire.
There's a similar thing because Van Halen did the theme song for the movie Twister, and which is just what a 90s thing. Sammy Hagar Van Halen does the theme song for Twister, and but I guess the producers of the film, they were like, "Hey, we're going to get Van Halen. This is going to be awesome." But they kept like, "Don't use the word Twister or like hurricane, like storm or anything like that. We don't want it to be literal. We just want like a fucking rock anthem." And I guess Sammy Hagar just kept bringing him songs called Twister. And like the ending song is like generic, but like I think the theme is still like a storm coming in and stuff like that. Like he just completely ignored the assignment and was like, I'm writing a fucking song about a tornado.
Dude, I would laugh so hard. Like, because sometimes they throw in like, dude, Van Halen songs show up in the weirdest places sometimes.
Dude,
they have at the end of the Power Rangers movie, they have Dreams or whatever.
Yeah.
I fucking love it, dude. It's like fireworks are going off. They won. They're like, yeah, Van Halen.
I think it's like it's like all the Aerosmith songs in fucking Armageddon. Like, it's so weird. Like, it has nothing to do with anything except Liv Tyler is like in the movie, but she's like not in Aerosmith. Like,
well, Liv Tyler's in Armageddon.
Yeah, plays the love interest, plays Ben Affleck's love interest.
When did Armageddon come out?
99? Something like that.
Oh, what the fuck? I thought it was like an 80s movie.
No.
Wow. Well, for a second there, I was like, how?
That's a Michael Bay fucking... That's what set Michael Bay... Like, that started his career, basically.
Yeah, I guess I didn't put the dots together. How could fucking Liv Tyler be in fucking Armageddon as the love interest? And I thought 80s, right? So I thought maybe, okay, she's in her, 18 to 25 range, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
Right? She's a love interest for Ben Affleck. But then, like, how could she also, like, be Aragorn's love interest in Lord of the Rings?
Like 5 years later.
Yeah, well, now I know. Yeah, I was just like, fuck, is she really in a fucking...
Not even that, like 4 years later. Like 3.
I was like, maybe she is a real elf. Like, she just didn't age.
When did the first... Was that 2001?
I think it was 2001.
Yeah, it was like 2 years after Armageddon.
Yeah. So...
That's crazy.
And not a single Aerosmith song in Lord of the Rings.
No.
I missed out.
It's sneaky, but it's actually what Pippin sings or Mary sings in the senator's room in the third movie.
It's
a deep cut. Cut.
What is it? Is that the Return to the King, or is that
where and like the dude's eating tomatoes in the grossest way possible?
Dude, that'd be so funny. He's just like, dude looks like a lady.
Living on the edge.
Just like,
oh, this tomato is so good. Oh.
And because it's a slow motion, them all like Fammy or whatever riding up to like fight the orcs in like a suicide charge.
Don't wanna miss a thing.
Just like, there you go. Yeah, I could. Yeah, they missed out. They missed out. Fucking, God damn it. So yeah, long story short, podcast topic's gonna be a little bit less dreary.
Okay. Well, let's hope it's Van Hagar. I'm primed.
Well, I'm gonna subtly add every Aerosmith Eddie Van Halen quote that I can.
There you go.
All right. Well, you ready to get the podcast topic?
You best kiss your sassafras.
What? Okay.
That's I'm gonna put in a Steven Tyler lyric every.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. And then just add in like a every once in a while, like, and then that'll just round it out.
Yeah.
All right. So let me get over here. Let me get to today's podcast topic is unicorns, sunshine, rainbows, and happiness.
I mean, fucking Van Hagar,
dude. Who is okay? To round this conversation off, who would you say is the definition of rainbow, sunshine, unicorns, and happiness when it comes to that 80s pop band?
Ooh.
Scorpions.
I mean, Cyndi Lauper comes to mind. Like,
no, she's not a
girls
pop
just
band.
want to have fun.
No, she's not a pop band like that though. Like Van Halen.
Well,
Aerosmith?
Okay, well, like Van Halen's like a rock band. Like,
okay, that's what I meant. Rock band. Then I mean,
okay, you said pop,
like
and I'm like, so I went with a fucking pop star. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think of them like pop metal. Like, I'm sorry. I forgot.
Fucking Huey Lewis in the News.
You almost answered that too accurately. Like, we might have to cut this off because, like,
okay, there's no humor to mine in there.
Yeah, you said it.
It was just the right answer.
It was just the right answer. Fuck. I love Huey Lewis in the News. I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess you could also go with like maybe Men at Work.
Yeah, but I only know one of their songs.
They're not super rocky, but yeah.
Huey Lewis in the News is very similar to like CCR in the way that you've heard like almost every song they've ever written. You just don't really know it at the time.
Right, because every song became a hit. It's weird.
Yeah. But it's like sometimes you don't connect the dots because CCR is so before our times that we hear them in movies or we hear them like on the radio, and we were like, okay, cool. And I remember when I first started like listening to CCR, and I'm like, holy shit, they did. The only song from the 70s that they didn't do was "Fortunate Son" by Buffalo Springfield. Right?
Fortunate Son is a CCR song.
Okay. Which one is Buffalo Springfield?
That's Fuck. I
Fuck.
know the fucking song, and
Damn
it's okay to confuse it for CCR.
Yeah, no,
but
it
it's
sounds
like there's a man with a gun over there.
Yeah,
that one.
Stop now. What's that sound? Yeah.
Fuck,
So,
I can't remember the name of the song,
but I think
anyways.
what for what it's worth.
Oh, okay.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So CCR though is very much that.
Thanks, Ryder.
Their whole catalog, right? Fucking Huey Lewis and the News is that way too. Fuck. I even listened to their album like raw, right? Like just sometimes I just dove into an album start to finish, and I was like, that was a lot of fun. So,
it's weird how many songs you know. Like you don't think you know that many songs, and then you're just humming to every other tune.
Exactly. Well, and then the fact that like they all kind of like roll into each other, so it's like one giant party, which is nice, you know.
Yeah.
And like Huey Lewis, I just feel like kind of enjoyed what he did. Like he liked it. So, I mean, he liked it so much they fucking put one of his songs in fucking Psycho because it had to be that split personality feel. You know?
Yeah.
So, all right, well, that was the right answer, Joe. I might just cut off this entire conversation and fucking be like, well, you got it right.
Too loud. You're just too dang loud.
Just too loud. Hey, dude, I love that he plays a Huey Lewis song, too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Fucking, oh, shit. Okay, here we go. Fact number 1. In the 1985 Ridley Scott movie, Legend, Tom Cruise was the voice of the unicorns because he made the best horse noises.
Like, I know a bit about that movie. I love that movie.
No, I'm pretty sure the horse noises were done by Tim Curry.
I mean, if you're going to get a voice actor to do it. No. This isn't funny. I know the real answer. The unicorn noises are actually whale noises.
You fucking nerd. It's whale noises for real. That I think I've only ever seen the movie once. And
oh yeah, no, like don't fuck with me in that movie, man. I've seen it way too many times.
So there's 2 scenes I remember vividly. Okay, one is anytime you see Tom Cruise's teeth. It's like before he was big and before he had it fixed.
Yeah, he had some jack teeth, dude.
Yeah, he had like British teeth. So, hate to say it like that. 2 is at the very fucking end when they let the sunlight in and fucking the devil just gets smoked. Like Tim Curry. Yeah. It's not even a little smoked either. Like, it's not like, oh no, the light. It's like literally a fucking nuke goes off in his face. Yeah. And it's so fucking funny. Is this supposed to be dramatic? Right.
Yeah, the part of the reason is that like that's the US version, and they redid the score for it.
Oh, really?
The original, the UK, like the rest of the world got a dope version of that movie that was more like Willow. It was a lot darker, and it actually has a different score altogether. And it's so like that version, like when he gets rocked, like the music's fucking like this epic swelling shit. It's really cool.
Ooh. It's not like the American version with like fucking Eddie Van Halen just ripping into fucking.
No, I always thought it was weird. He went out to Eruption. I was like,
yeah, just like Tom Cruise is playing.
Not the light.
I mean, it's pretty metal, to be honest. Like
it's. I mean, if you're gonna fucking go out,
yeah, right. Like, might as well go out to a fucking Van Halen song.
David Lee Roth just high kicks him. It's fucking crazy.
Like as he's like got the mic too, and he just jumps and he kicks the guy, just like Tim Curry.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, if you know the answer to it, like, fuck it, let's roll. Sound good? All right. Well, we're gonna go that extra mile and say that fact number 1 is not only false, but it was actually whale noises for the unicorns. I'm trusting you on this one. Fucking.
I'm so confident in my answer. So if this is wrong, like you're about to see real devastation and confusion.
I almost don't want to risk it now. Like if you pride your like a core component of who you are is how much you know about this movie.
It's a weird. choice. But I love this. I genuinely have loved this movie since childhood, and I'm like, I own both versions. I got the original and the UK cut. And so.
It is So would you say if you had an Astro van now, would you put a scene from Legend on the side of the van, like painted on?
Oh, dude, one side would be him ever so suggestively putting the horn back onto the unicorn, and the other side would be the devil getting blown out the doors, and like the two back doors would be obviously the lady in the black dress.
Oh my god.
And so you opened up like her skirts, dog.
Oh my god.
I would win every van competition.
I feel like you've thought about this. Like I feel like this is more than just a second like split second decision.
It's like if I had an Astro van, there's no other shit that would be on my Astro van.
Dude, fucking fair. Like that's awesome. That movie's great.
I don't know, like there's nothing else I would put on it.
It's like, I grew up more Willow than Legend. So that was more, my thing. And Val Kilmer, like fucking awesome. So
dude, that movie still holds up. It's awesome.
It's great. All right. So let's go false for fact number 1. That Tom Cruise did the voice of the unicorns, and it was actually whale noises. 3, 2, 1. Bam! Oh, it is false. Okay. There was a unicorn voiceover, but it wasn't Tom Cruise. According to IMDb.com, the sounds were actually made when the unicorns are romping around is actually a recording of humpback whales. Yeah. Which is the most 1980s cocaine idea ever. Totally tracks. Another unicorn nugget from the cult classic fantasy flop. In the scene, okay, wait, maybe you can let's complete this factoid. I'm quizzing you now. Okay. I'm quizzing you. All right. In the scene when Blix is approaching the unicorn to take its horn, the unicorn, quote unquote, falling down is actually how they film the scene. Is the way, like that scene when it's happening, how did they film?
Oh.
It's actually way easier than you are thinking it is. Okay. So it's just a way they shot it. So I think we're thinking too much into it. And once I tell you, it's probably gonna be like, oh yeah, okay.
And so is he just in front of a screen? Like did they shoot like it's just a projected screen?
Real. No, it's so I'll read. Maybe I'm making it too big of a deal. So in the scene when Blix is approaching, who's Blix again? Is that the bad guy?
He's the goblin.
Okay.
That cuts off the horn.
Okay, so when Blix is approaching the unicorn to take its horn, the unicorn falling down is actually the footage of the unicorn standing up, shown backwards to make it appear that it's struggling to stand.
I get
struggling to stand.
Yeah, I get. Okay, I get what it is now. That makes a lot of sense.
Since this was the 1980s, I was happy to read they didn't just beat the horse until they collapsed.
Yeah. I was guessing a lot of innocent stuff because I was like, it's the 80s. Who knows? We all know what happened to that horse in the fucking Never-Ending Story. It's not with us. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be with us anymore anyways, but still.
But it died on set, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That made that scene way more depressing now. I think that scene's hilarious. I'm sorry. We've had this discussion before.
Yeah. We know what kind of monster.
Fucking a depressed horse? Hey, shut the fuck up. That shit's funny as shit.
It's a kid's story.
They have boobs in it.
They sure do.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it says +1 bonus. If you can tell me which movie is Tom Cruise the hottest.
Oh.
And there is a wrong answer to this. You get a -1 if you.
Okay, well, all right. Well, like let's. All right, it's not Born on the 4th of July. I know that.
I would have said this one, so I'm sorry. I would have gotten
the ugliest or the hottest.
The hottest.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I would have gotten a -1 on this one. So.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go with Magnolia.
I mean,
that's long hair Tom Cruise era.
I don't know. Actually, so the -1 was Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, okay, hottest and sexiest. He's supposed to be really sexy in that movie. You know? Yeah.
I mean, he's also, that's unfair. He's up against Brad Pitt.
That's true. And vampire Brad Pitt.
Vampire Brad Pitt and vampire Antonio Banderas?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Come on. Like, poor guy didn't have a chance.
Dang. Well,
like, I mean, the little guy, his feet barely touched the ground. The poor guy didn't have a chance. He can't even sit in a normal chair.
They have to do the perception filming to make Tom Cruise look like he's taller.
Brad Pitt was 18 feet away from him.
Yeah. Otherwise, it does look like Gandalf.
Kristen Dunst was on a floor that was sunk.
Dude, she was 8.
Yeah. Looked eye to eye with Tom Cruise.
Goddamn. So, no, I have to say it's probably Top Gun, bro. Dude, shirtless volleyball. I mean,
dude, yeah, that is good. That is.
But good. I don't know. A Few Good Men. He's pretty hot in that one.
He looks good in a uniform.
It's just his cockiness and how smart he is. You know, so it's kind of a turn on.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. I mean, he's the intelligence thing has been wavering over the past couple of decades.
Sure.
But I don't know.
I mean, he's an actor. I'm not looking for him for mathematical equations.
I mean, Cocktail's pretty hot too.
I mean, cock is in the fucking name.
It's in the fucking title.
I'm still gonna go with Magnolia. Maybe Eyes Wide Shut.
That one's brutal though. Isn't that like a rapey one?
It's Or
is it like a mystery?
Oh, I was sorry, not Eyes Wide Shut. That's the Kubrick movie. Vanilla Sky.
Oh, pish posh! Get out of here! No Vanilla
half his face.
Sky.
He's hot in that mask.
Look, I'm dreaming. Am I not? Am I dead?
Yeah, he could have been the Phantom of the Opera.
He could.
Just saying. Probably would have been better than Gerard Butler.
If we're going tit for tat sci-fi, it's Minority Report. He's got the little flip gun.
He does have.
Yeah,
he's so intense.
Yeah, but as long as we say it's not Interview with a Vampire, I think we get the bonus point.
Sure. Yeah.
Great. Right. I think he is hotter in other ones. Top Gun, he is.
Yeah, I mean, he also. He had to be in a blonde wig. Like,
yeah, pale makeup
going against him.
Yeah. And he was like pure evil in that movie too, which just doesn't help. So
yeah,
cool. All right. Well, I think we get a +1, so we actually got 2 on that one.
Nice. And everybody got some sick factoids about one of the best movies ever made. So
they did. All right, here we go. Fact number 2. The sun doesn't have a year.
I mean, I guess not, because like all our year is based off of going around the sun. So the sun doesn't go around anything.
Does the sun rotate? Does it spin?
I honestly don't know. Or are we just spinning around it? Is it stationary? No.
Well, its gravitational pull means it's at the center. Yeah. Right? So it's absorbing the space around it down. It's pulling down. No. So, it has to be moving. We're all moving forward. We're expanding. Right.
But it doesn't technically have a day.
Nor a night. Well, yeah, the day and night is all us.
Which
so it doesn't have a day
is how we base a year.
I feel like there's a nerd answer to this, and it's yes. I think there's a fucking nerd answer to this.
Right. My core, I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson is going to hit us.
Yeah. He's going to be like, actually, it's called a solar year. It's actually 10 milliseconds long.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to go true. That's what I'm feeling. Or no, false. I think it has a year. I think some nerd fucking figured it out. Because time has to be applied.
All I know is that if you go around it, it does. I know it has a rotation because if you go backwards in rotation, you go backwards in time, and you save.
I thought we're going the Superman route, but great.
That he spun the Earth.
Yeah, but when the Earth spin around the sun too.
Yeah, I went Star Trek rules.
It's true. It's true. Star Trek rules make a little bit more sense. So,
I mean, they just had to go once. Like you don't have to go around multiple times.
Yeah,
because you just go really fast.
Yeah, it's
backwards.
So, all right, I'm gonna go true. Does that sound good? Is that rolling the dice on the okay?
Sure.
Or false? False. It does. So the sun doesn't have a year is the question. I'm gonna say false. I think it does have a year.
It has everything else. It doesn't need a year.
Yeah. So okay, for fact number 2, we're gonna go false. That the sun doesn't have a year. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Oh, answer. It's complicated.
Oh.
See, I told you, some fucking nerds, though. So take the point. This is from nasa.gov. The sun has a day of sorts. It takes about a month Earth time for the sun's plasma. Okay, so it does, for the sun's plasma to spin all the way around the axis. So it does spin.
Okay, cool.
The sun can't really have a year, but by our earthly definition, but does orbit the center of the Milky Way galaxy. So that's right, though, because our years, like, we gauge just time that we know based on our Earth, right? But there are years for years, days, months, all that shit as they are known on other planets, right? So like Mars's, day is like 5 hours longer than Earth's or some shit like that, right? Yeah. So about once every 230 million Earth years, dragging us along like carry-on luggage. So the center of it is not the center of a Milky Way galaxy. There is a center to the Milky Way, and the sun is around that.
Wait, crazy.
So it takes 230 million Earth years. What if we fucking are meant to, like, what if we're there? What if next year is like, oh, hey, we just completed the galaxy year?
How would we even know?
No. Unless an alien came down and said, hey,
happy galaxy year. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, starts giving rounds of high fives. We said we'd be back.
Yeah. Gives us like those weird tubes that soccer players have that make noise. You're like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, we invented that. We dropped one off one year.
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Big soccer fans.
Huge.
Soccer fans.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says, I always love reading NASA's websites, but they really do not shy away from the nerdiness. It always sounds like a Star Trek flex.
I mean, it is NASA. It'd be weird if they didn't go into the nerdy stuff.
Oh my god, it is. It gets worse though. Okay, ready for this? The sun, which is a star type G2V, yellow dwarf, main sequence star. Settle the fuck down, Shatner. That's what the artist or the writer said that. Settle the fuck down.
Oh,
the G2V, yellow dwarf, main sequence star. Dude. Yes.
That's an album title for a prog rock band right there.
Dude, that's like some characterization in some like sci-fi Warhammer shit I'd read. You know what I mean?
Dude,
like that's main sequence star, activate tau.
Like whenever you're watching sci-fi and all just the mumbo jumbo they come up with, and then like shit like this is real, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, like it's not that far off.
What's concerning is, and you could take it cool or not cool, that the whole fact that they have to call it G2 yellow dwarf main sequence star and they couldn't just call it a yellow star, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it has to have this weird classification, means they found a bunch of different stars,
right?
Like,
yeah
they're like, well, this one is main sequence but it's a red star, this one's main sequence but a yellow star, so like there's got to be a Superman somewhere, right?
What if we're it? What if that was it? Like, what if that was the best the universe could do? We don't know. Maybe the rest of the universe is just a bunch of Tom Cruises.
You ready to fucking me to blow your tits off? What if, like, in all the sci-fi stories, right? They always talk about this like ancient race that like did everything and seeded planets and all. What if that's us? And we're just like the earlier stages of this mega ancient race that like died off 2 million years before Star Wars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like, I think that ancient race, that's it. That is it.
Right. And we just haven't caught up to our future yet.
Yeah. Like in 10,000 years, we'll be traveling the starways, like planting and altering genetics of other planets and making new species and all that shit. And then, in another million years, we'll have this intergalactic war that kills us all off. And then 10 million years after that, they're excavating our bullshit. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, this was a waifu pillow, I think. What an advanced species.
Oh my god, they're portable Walkmans.
Yes. So we had an 80s phase. Like, every species has an 80s phase to go through.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. The one constant in the universe is there's always like a Huey Lewis in the news that comes through.
Someone's wearing hot pants.
Awesome. Okay, so suns like ours don't have their own moons, only planets and dwarf planets, which can have their own moons. I found this interesting because we tend to think of the sun and the moon as opposites, but really a sun can't even have its own moon, which means by definition that I am definitely stoned right now. My favorite is the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of quote unquote the sun, which is quote, the luminous celestial body around which the earth and other planets revolve, from which they receive heat and light, end quote. And the writer says, that is so poetic and sexy. Well done, Merriam. You too, Webster. It is. Big Daddy Sun, dude. We'd be fucked without it. We really would.
I mean, yeah. It's kind of a big deal.
It really is. I've always liked the word celestial body.
Right.
That's pretty hot, dude.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm talking about
tucking in, warm up to my celestial body.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Ooh. All right, well, we got it right, dude. It's I mean, we just take the point because it's weird. So, fact number 3. In 1882,
oh boy,
an article in the Slate newspaper, Jefferson City, Missouri, says that the key to happiness is blank. Is it A, having loads of gold?
Okay. I mean,
it's hard, right? Not to. B, having a great plow. Interpret that however you want. C, having a true friend.
Oh, it can't be C, people died too quickly.
Yeah. It's gotta be gold, right? Like,
I'm gonna go with plow.
You think plow, huh? This is Jefferson City. It's Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you hear it? Yeah, you got that great plow on that Burns farm over there. Yeah, it's got a great plow. You know, wish I had that plow.
I could grow all the celery I wanted if I had that plow.
You know, grow that celery. All I got is just mounds of gold and like this true friend over here.
And a best friend.
I had to bury my best friend right next to my loads of gold.
Oh, the misery.
Yeah, while I was digging the hole for my gold, I found oil. What am I gonna do?
Oh, if only I had it.
I tried to make a good plow out of all this gold I've got.
Turns out gold don't make a good plow or a best friend.
Too soft. I need hard best friends and hard plows. Gold is too soft.
Too soft. My oil field for a plow.
Tried to trade my gold and my oil to the Burnses for the plowing.
He said, you can't take my plow. It's my true happiness.
I have no gold and I have no friends, but I got this plow.
I got my plow.
Missouri, though, they would have that sense of like, as long as you got the sweat off your back and
as long as you can till that soil, dog.
Yeah, the God's work, you know? Fucking key to happiness is a good plow.
Yeah, all you need is a good plow and all the Indians off your land.
I like how you did it in such character. You looked angry, too, when you said it. You got go to Indians out of there.
Oh, man. Taking my hard-earned land.
Keep messing with my plow. Leave my gold alone.
You get on out of here.
I leave the gold to you. No, leave my plow. So we're going plow, right? Like why wouldn't we?
Yeah,
it's a fucking great plow.
Right.
It's probably like a great plow is like, you know, you fuck everybody.
Yeah. I mean.
Them Burns something just fuck everything that walks.
Ooh, he plows his wives for you.
Tons of seed.
Oh, man. 10 out of 13 kids live.
4 of them are my best friend. My true friend. That Burns. Them Burns farm. Oh, shit. All right. So we're going to go for fact number 3, the key to happiness, according to the Slate newspaper. We're going to go B, having a great plow. 3, 2, 1, bam. Oh, fuck, it's C, a true friend.
Oh.
We should have known.
Lame.
This is like a happy.
Lame.
They're like,
the power of friendship.
You can take that Hallmark bullshit and get off my land. Yeah, better you have a friend. I'll keep this plow. Yeah, you just wait. So it says, when I read this, I couldn't help but picture Wayne and Garth philosophizing on the hood of the car. So here's the I'm 14 and this is a very deep version of the article. Quote, do you ever think about how we write yours sincerely at the end of every letter, but don't always know what it means? How we just carelessly toss yours sincerely around, just blowing past the power of those two words together. This is the article, right? Sincerely suggests genuine friendship. So when you write it, you should mean it. Like, imagine how much cooler it would be if everyone actually meant yours sincerely as a confirmation of your bond as friends. Like, hearts would mend, man worldwide. And imagine if the recipient really needed to hear that they had a true friend in the world today. You could just trust that your sincerely was, sincere. So when you write your sincerely, mean it, because you never know who needs to hear that they have a true friend in the world, which is one great key to happiness, end quote. And so, like, the writer puts, hell yeah, brother, now pass me whatever he was smoking. You're just like, you just like never know, and you just want to be sincere, Oh. Like, sometimes I'm just sitting there, I'm like, do we even know what that word means? Yeah, like, it's kind of like you found a good plow for the first time in your life.
It was like my plow's my best friend. When was the last time I told it sincerely?
Like, when was the last time, Joe, you put sincerely on anything?
I mean, I'm never sincere, so
I haven't put sincerely in a fucking hot minute, dude. I can't even remember.
Yeah, like, I think the last time I did it was like when you learned how to write an email.
Right. Actually, I think when my resignation probably last year to my last job.
Sincerely, take this job and shove it.
Yeah. I meant it. I'm your friend.
I've literally never said that word before, so I mean it.
I spelled sincerely with 2 S's.
I will have to say it's one of the words that, like, doesn't matter how many tries you give me, I will misspell it every single time.
Yep. For me, sincerely is bad. There's a couple words like that, but sincerely, because you never write it. You don't need to. For some reason, I get sincere right, but I don't get sincerely. Like,
yeah.
How many E's are in sincerely? So, well, we got that wrong. It's having a true friend, Joe.
I mean, no. I didn't know we were working on Toy Story rules.
Well, we are. You got a friend in me, dude.
You got a friend in me.
Short people don't.
Oh, Randy Newman, you poet.
Yep. Gotten in trouble. I get in trouble again. Oh, I'm waiting for the Randy Newman song about you got a plowing field.
That was the original lyric. Yeah. It's wild.
Some other folks might have some gold. Maybe friendship too.
But it's me and you, plow. Oh, as the tears go by.
Plowing will never die.
Don't you see it's me sincerely?
Oh, fuck.
You got a plow in me.
Well, there you go. We did it. Fucking Randy Newman.
Fucking A, man.
Original lyrics. Wow, so powerful. So
powerful.
All right, you ready for the fact number 4?
I got a fact in me.
All right. Fact number 4. The reason we have 7 colors in the rainbow is arbitrary. I don't think so. I think it's the spectrum.
It's Roy G. Biv, right?
Well, what does it mean by arbitrary? 7 colors? How many colors are in a rainbow? Like, I mean, like, in
red
sky rainbow. Not like, made up, drawn rainbow. Sky rainbow is...
It's,
there's no purple.
No, it's in red, blue, Roy G. Biv. So it's red, orange,
Blue.
yellow, green, indigo, violet.
So
that's 6.
So purple is in Sky Rainbow. We see purple when it rains, and we see the rainbow. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was purple.
Indigo, violet. Yeah. Somehow I only came. Oh, yeah. So yeah, like somewhere between blue and violet is purple. Like violet.
Yeah, it has to be like indigo's purple or whatever. Yeah, like I guess I've never really like learned too much. How many colors are coming out of Pink Floyd's album? It's Pink Floyd, right? He has the prism.
Mm-hmm.
Is that one all of them too?
I would imagine it's 7.
Yeah. So is it arbitrary?
Maybe, I don't know.
Is it arbitrary though? Like,
I mean, like what even does the word arbitrary mean, man?
Look, man.
When was the last time you even wrote arbitrary?
Dude, double rainbow. That's what I think of when I think of plows and rainbows. Oh shit, it's a double rainbow.
It's a double plow.
Holy shit, look, it's a double plow. Fuck it. Let's say, I mean, we haven't had a lot of trues. So
yes, it's arbitrary because we had to name the colors. So that's
I think arbitrary in the sense that, like, you know how when we first took pictures of the Earth, it doesn't really look like the Earth, so they kind of CGI'd the blue marble in to kind of enhance the picture.
Sure.
Like,
well, I guess too, like, because the color is technically a spectrum. We're just picking out the 7 that are kind of the most defined.
You know, that's a good point. Is there stuff that we can't see within that spectrum?
Yeah, well, I mean, white is the absence of all color, and black is all the color. So
yeah, but like if you're doing the prism, that's breaking all of them out, right? So it's
right. So I guess technically there's not necessarily delineage, right? It goes from one thing to the next, and it's gradual. There's not actually lines. We just arbitrarily made.
Fuck it, you do this one. I did last one. So
yeah, true.
So we're gonna go true that the reason why we have 7 colors in the rainbow is arbitrary. Okay.
Yep. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Do it live. All right. So fact number 4, we're going true that the reason why we have 7 colors in a rainbow is arbitrary. 3, 2, 1. Bam. It is true. So it says here from Wikipedia, we got infamous 7 Roy G. Biv. Right? Rainbow colors from Sir Isaac Newton. But that was his Rainbow 2.0. Newton's original rainbow didn't even include orange, and he admitted that he's not great at colors. LOL. The modern rainbow.
We all got weak spots.
Yeah. The things we're learning as we go. Baby steps. Newton.
He came up with like the theory of gravity, so like I think we can let him off the hook.
Yeah, like fucking thermodynamics and shit. Like he did all that shit from an attic too. Like let's fucking like some Harry Potter shit, and he figured it all out. You know. It says the modern rainbow interpretation still has 7 colors: red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, and violet. I guess cyan and blue are different. But why 7? You could easily add a red-orange stripe where those blend, or a turquoise stripe between cyan and green. Okay, so it looks like green going to blue, cyan is the middle.
Okay.
So they're saying that you could add red-orange transition, an orange-yellow transition, green-yellow, you know, that kind of shit. Why buy the 8-pack of markers when you could have a 12-pack or the 24? The answer is dividing the rainbow into 7 stripes was arbitrary. Newton originally wanted 7 because he wanted the rainbow to be mathematically analogous to notes on a musical scale.
Ooh.
And the days of the week. In other words, 7 was picked because of the vibes. That is some stoner shit. Like, look, man, it all just connects. We're all one big 7-color family.
You got any more apples?
Just keep falling on me.
Got one without bruises?
But we still use 7 today because vibes. We are nothing if not creatures of habit. Yeah. You know, it's funny what we take and say, yes, we're going to follow this because it's just easier for us to conceptualize as humans. And other things when we're like, fucking male horses have the babies. You know what I mean? Like, we are like staunch. Like, We are unwavering about the truth of the world.
Yeah. Well,
then, like rainbows, we're like, oh, 7 colors.
I don't know if you caught it, but we just saw it with that poor boxer at the Olympics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because apparently, like, we're struggling with the fact that some ladies have a Y chromosome.
Yeah.
Like, a Y chromosome doesn't necessarily dictate, anything.
Muscle structure, bone structure.
Right. It's like, she's biologically a female, but she has a Y chromosome.
Yeah.
And people lost their minds because it's this thing that we made up works most of the time, but it turns out genetics are kind of complicated. And some people I'm not gonna let this podcast get too woke, okay? I let a lot of stuff slide. Whoa, yeah. Okay.
Go woke on me here.
Okay. What are your thoughts on white dudes for Harris?
I know Mark Hamill likes him, right?
And the dude himself.
Oh, that's right. Jeff Bridges, he was pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
people lost their minds over a Zoom call.
Yeah, well, all I know is when you see Jeff Bridges, he is looking.
He is old.
One day we're gonna wake up.
He is in a TV show called The Old Man.
We're gonna wake up one day and we're gonna find out the dude just stopped abiding.
He abided to death. Showed up and he was like, dude abides.
All I know is if he does pass soon, please God, let Sam Elliott give a eulogy. Yeah, that's
bring my house down.
That's my hot take. And he's like, Sam Elliott has to basically start like some heroes don't wear capes.
What is a sarsaparilla friend?
Yeah, just basically give him like a 20-minute fucking monologue of him just talking about how great Jeff Bridges is.
Just sitting at a bar stool.
They just record it and play it. He doesn't even show up. He's just Sam Elliott's old as fuck too. So
right, yeah. I'll soon be seeing him.
Dude, at the end of it, see you soon, friend. What does he say at the end? Like at the end when the dude leaves or something like that, right? They're talking at the bar.
That's where the dude abides. Yeah, and then he's like, oh, the dude abides. I like the sound of that. I like knowing a guy like the dudes out there.
Yeah, so he'll probably say that to all you dudes out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to cry. Okay.
We've made the world's saddest fictional story.
Fucking some eulogy. Do you think the opposite would happen? If Sam Elliott passes first, he just shows up, Jeff Bridges, and like the dude. Look, man, he did his best out there, right. Okay?
What are you talking about?
He's got the glasses on and everything. It's like nighttime.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Ready for last fact? Fact number 5.
Let's fucking Joe abides.
God damn it. All right. Fact number 5. Which Hollywood celebrity does Christopher Walken say ruined his life?
Oh.
Okay. Is it fact A, or is it A, Owen Wilson, B, Quentin Tarantino, C, Harrison Ford, D, Will Ferrell, or E, Tobey Maguire? I don't like any of these choices. I could be okay with Quentin Tarantino being a huge asshole.
I mean, ruined his life?
Ruined my life.
I mean, I guess he's like, after that movie, I just had to do monologues about buttholes.
Yeah, seriously. Like, Quentin Tarantino, people, they didn't think I could act.
Yeah.
They thought I just talked about watches and buttholes.
People forgot about the deer hunter I did years before.
But between watch buttholes and Batman,
I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think anyone was going to see that movie. But to my surprise, here we are.
I had to pick up my career doing like Joe Dirt.
I gotta say, it's got to be Will Ferrell for doing the cowbell skit, right? That's
okay. Well, let's map this out. Where did he interact with Owen Wilson? What movie?
I see. I can't place that one.
I heard Owen Wilson's kind of a huge dick, though.
Yeah, ask his daughter.
Yeah. So, Quentin Tarantino,
He's weird.
He's weird, but like I've also heard he's not like an asshole.
I don't know. It sounds like people really like working with him.
He's just got a thing for feet, and he doesn't mind, pushing the envelope on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but as long as you're cool with the N-word, I guess you'll be.
He pushes that envelope, dude.
He sure does.
He tickles with it, and
he really leans on Samuel L. Jackson sticking up for
being
him.
Okay with being cool with it.
Yeah,
he does. Harrison Ford,
what love his movies. Were they in?
I hate Harrison Ford. I really do. He is such a pompous dick.
Yeah,
he's such a dick.
His old man shtick gets old.
I'm tired of people like hating their careers because they made a really good movie. Like, I hate the fact that I'm known as Han Solo. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. God damn. I mean, here's your fucking $2 million
enough to come back for a paycheck.
Seriously. And then fucking just, I don't know. Fucking hated it. And then Will Ferrell, though, what it's Cowboy skit, right? Did he do anything else with Will Ferrell?
Yeah, I would imagine that's like he's just like everyone wants just to hear the cowbell line now. Because that's probably when all the walk-in impersonations that all this basic white dudes do started.
When did Tobey Maguire and him interact?
See, I can't place that one either.
So I have two people that I'm not quite sure with. Harrison Ford and Tobey Maguire.
And Owen Wilson. I can't think of the movie. Unless they were in a Wes Anderson film together. Because everybody's in a fucking Wes Anderson film.
Yeah, I don't know. What you know some of this like kind of background gossip. I'm
gonna go with. I mean, he probably said it jokingly, so I'm gonna go with Will Ferrell.
Like on like some show, he's like,
yeah, he ruined my life. Now all I ever do is cowbells. Yeah, everyone comes to me with their shitty impersonations.
All you hear on these podcasts, two white dudes doing Christopher Walken.
Like, I'm just sitting there like, what next? Borat?
The two impersonations podcasters do is a walk-in and
all
a Borat.
The time. It's just this and very nice. It's irritating.
All right, well, let's fucking go. Will Ferrell. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. All right. So for fact number 5, which Hollywood celebrity does Christopher Walken say ruined his life? We're gonna go D. Will Ferrell. 3, 2, 1. Bam! It is Will Ferrell.
Nailed it, dude.
This is from Stuart Jeffrey's article in The Guardian titled Christopher Walken, I got a job as a lion tamer. Who's going to turn that down? I'm not going to do the Walken voice for this one because if I did a solid Walken, I totally would do it for the quotes.
Right.
But, it says, Will Ferrell, he ruined my life, says Walken, recalling the story. And then it's quote, indeed, during theatrical curtain calls ever since, audience members have been known to bang cowbells instead of clapping. A waiter once asked Walken if he wanted more cowbell with his bolognese. Bolognese. Okay, there we go. Bolognese. It's one thing to be typecasted and have fans consistently hurl one-liners from your movies at you, but then there's being surprise cowbelled everywhere you go. I assume he was being hyperbolic, but when I think about getting surprise cowbell in public, that could actually ruin somebody's life.
Yeah.
I've never heard, he says, quote, I've never had hobbies, Walken says. I don't really go out of the house unless I'm working. Walken, end quote. Walken might honestly be traumatized.
Oh.
Anyways, he's probably being sarcastic, but I prefer the timeline where Will Ferrell in the heel that ruined Walken's life with a cowbell, and Walken is the revenge-obsessed face who gets triggered every time they ring the bell at the end of the round. Yours sincerely. So, fucking, why not Will Ferrell? Will Ferrell has the cowbell, but he like leaned into it. Like Will Ferrell even went out in his Blue Oyster Cult like garb for like when this came out. Like Queens of the Stone Age have a cowbell.
Yeah.
Right. And he literally played the cowbell for him, doing that. Like, dum, dum, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he leaned in, but like everybody does it for Christopher Walken.
Yeah. It's odd, but I mean, he gets the line though.
Yeah.
You know, he's like,
I need more cow.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second.
Oh God, Joe, you better come back with more cowbell.
I literally have a fucking t-shirt.
The only person description is.
So like,
oh no, Joe,
dude, like I'm a part of the problem, man.
Well, you don't have a cowbell though.
I don't have a cowbell. I just have a t-shirt. But
yeah, like you. Okay, let me ask you: have you ever met a celebrity?
I have.
Like just random, like in public, like just walked up
at the airport. It was weird.
Would you mind regaling us with a story, or is it kind of just
I was coming back from Florida, and Green Day, like the band Green Day, was on
like
the same
whole
plane
band?
as me. Yeah, and they flew like first class in the same plane as us, and so like we got off, and like there was always like this weird hush, and then like something messed up, and like we were like in baggage claim, and I looked over, and there was Mike Dirnt and Trey Cool from Green Day, and I got to say hello. They were very nice, but yeah, they were like waiting on luggage or something. It was
but like
they got on like I can't remember if they had to get on a different flight. Like they probably don't typically fly with us poors. And so,
but like so when you met him, right? You were like, hey, great American Idiot album, fantastic. See you later.
It was kind of like literally, like, you know, it's one of those things you're like, I don't know, like, because like they were like their manager was like clearly like, on the phone. I don't know where Billy Joel Armstrong was, or Billy Joe Armstrong, and like I don't know where he ran off somewhere. So it was just Mike Dirnt and Trey Cool clearly just looking out of place. Like there were just like real just people. Like... and like I didn't know what to do, but like we're standing at the same baggage carousel, and I'm like. Big fan, like, and they're like, see, like, hey, thanks, and like that was it.
Well, fucking, when it comes to celebrities, I get really nervous, not because like they're celebrities, but because I want to say something, but I'm like, they probably get swarmed all the fucking time.
Yeah, so like what do you say? You know?
So like, I mean, I saw like I go out to conventions and I see celebrities every once in a while. And I am just like hey, you do a great job, move it along, right? There's people out there that want to ask them like life questions, like how do you get through if you try to commit suicide and stuff, and you're just like fuck, they're just like bombarding them with life questions. Like goddamn,
I could never ask for an autograph in the wild.
Oh right,
you know, like
so no Randy Jackson signing your katana, you couldn't do that.
Yeah, like if it was at like if I went to a convention. You know, then it's fine. Like you're like, okay, like maybe you paid for it, maybe you didn't, but like or whatever. But like, so if it's at like a thing like that, then I'm like, oh, then I'd totally ask. But like just out in day-to-day life, I was like, they're like, I don't know, probably just trying to get groceries or something.
See, I'm always like extremely paranoid too if they're like fucking monsters.
Right.
You know, like just because like so we went to a convention, and one of the celebrities I can tell you just for whatever reason, I could just know him from sight. He just got a unique look to him. Is the voice actor for the American Dragon Ball Z series for Goku. I know him. Okay. I've seen him at a lot of like interviews and stuff like that. I've never met him though, and he's always at a booth, right? Because he's fairly popular. So I said, you know what? I'm at this convention. I'm gonna wait 2 hours to fucking meet this guy, and I was with the kids.
Sure,
right? So we waited. And we get to the front, and I'm just a very much like, hey, thank you so much for doing your thing. You know, like I'm a guy that's like a fist bump, sign it, take a picture, move it along. Right.
Right.
The kids wanted to ask him questions. And so I got nervous. I was like, fuck, like, you know, I don't know how he's going to react to it, because you never know, right? He could just give him like a fucking gray rock piece of shit answer, and you're like, well, great, that's a positive. Dude, he fucking answered all their questions to a point where I started getting uncomfortable because like the line was waiting.
Yeah.
Like he was just straight up like, oh yeah, you know, I like doing this, and my favorite part of this is this, you know, and it's difficult because, you know, he's talking about like doing the Goku voice, and he's like, it blows out my voice, you know. And so I was like, fuck, you know, like it was like super cool, right?
Yeah.
But then I've also heard horror stories of like, I guess fucking, you know, what is it? Some of the pro wrestlers that used to be like pro wrestlers, they are just, I guess, money hungry. Like you can't even take a picture of them because like, they just out.
They just get screwed.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but they're like, I guess they feel like assholes about it, right? Like,
sure,
you know what I mean. But I get it if it's your income, but at the same time,
I mean, I got my childhood ruined when I just saw a photo of the Undertaker from back in the day in a fucking SS t-shirt.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Well, was it a bit or anything?
No, he was just out in public, just like
at a Walmart,
wearing Nazi regalia.
What year?
It's like 95.
95?
Yeah.
He's not making this easy. There's like no wiggle room for the 90s.
No.
There's wiggle room for like the 50s.
And then like you're like, okay, like well, it was a long time ago. Maybe he was just being edgelordy or whatever. But then there's other like he's like in Blue Lives Matter shirts and shit. And you're like, oh,
he's just throwing the Heil Hitlers, fucking salute like, and all that.
Yeah.
Well, that does ruin me a little bit. Thanks for that.
It was.
I wouldn't say he played a big role, but that stings like, a little bit. Like,
well, then especially like post retirement, he did a ton of interviews, and he comes off as like the nicest guy.
Yeah,
like, oh man, I'd like to meet this guy.
Make sure you're not, on his
hit list. It's like rough. I met Danny Bonaducci.
Who's that?
He was a member of the Partridge Family way back in the day. He was the redheaded short kid, but now he's a radio DJ here in Seattle.
Oh, that's cool.
He was at Emerald City Comic Con. And he was just like he was doing an interview or something, and he was just walking around the floor. And I remember like my friend got a picture with him, and he was very nice to her and everything. And then I was like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And he was less happy to see me. So he was nice, but he was far more excited to take a picture with my friend than me.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe you look like somebody that beat his ass in high school.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe he thought you were his kid or something. You're like, motherfucker, bitch.
I mean, he's fairly roided out. So
what if you look like the guy that beat him out to a role that he that turned his whole career to shit? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, God, if I only got that role. And he sees you and he's like, you look like that motherfucker that got that role.
Just
fucking pump fakes you all like 5 times. You're like,
yeah,
what's happening? So yeah, I would not wrapping this back around. I would not approach Christopher Walken with a fucking cowbell.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even do a Walken impersonation. I'd just be like, hey,
no, dude, are you kidding me?
I was like, thank you for burning Mississippi.
He was not in that movie.
I threw out a really early one. It's either Walken or fucking.
That's Willem Dafoe.
God damn it. Well, I don't know what he did early, so I know there was like a period in time when Christopher Walken was in movies where he wasn't Christopher Walken, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like if you watch like Deer Hunter with De Niro, but then like my favorite Christopher Walken movie of all time is the movie called The Prophecy.
Yeah,
where
that's
he plays I believe, does he play Gabriel, I think, or Michael? He plays one of the archangels.
Yeah, I think he does something.
But like that, the performance he gives in that is so not Walken.
Yeah,
it's genuinely charming and creepy at the same time. It's so amazing.
I always thought it was interesting that like when he changed his career around because he became Walken.
Yeah,
it says here, the writer just texted me, funny story, Tobey Maguire is in there because I originally confused Walken and Dafoe. So there you go. Hey, I if you put them side by side, I don't confuse them, right?
Sure.
I'm just shocked they're not in a movie together. You know what I mean? Like leading roles. Like Seven Psychopaths, you couldn't fucking fit Willem Dafoe in there somewhere.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up. Of course you could have. Like, goddamn.
It just had to be Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, it just had to be. Goddamn.
Oh, yeah. Tom Waits. You just had to put Tom Waits in your film.
Is which one is it? Sam Rockwell? Or is he? Yeah. Well, okay. Well, we got that one right. I'm impressed you got that one right, dude. That was a split. That was a split, definitely. Dude, we got a 5 for 5 this week.
Dude, we ran through, dude.
Yeah, the only one we got wrong was question number 3, which was the having a true friend. Not a plow.
Not a plow. I mean,
you know who didn't have a plow? Fucking, I don't know.
You know who had a best friend?
Well, until the end.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
I bet he really wanted a plow at the end.
Out of fucking 12 friends that he had that were really close, one of them sucked. Like, that's a pretty good spread. That's pretty good. If I had 12 best friends, but one just really sucks.
To be fair, he really sucked.
Yeah, he really... And here's the thing.
He made up for the other 12.
Yeah, he felt so bad about it. He just fucking hung himself.
No.
So, do you not remember that?
No.
Yeah. So after Judas betrayed Jesus, he fucking felt so bad.
And that was for silver.
Yeah,
not gold, dude.
But apparently, silver's better than friends, but not gold.
I guess. You know, I bet both of them wish they just invested in a good plow.
Judas is like, I should have never left my plow. God damn it. Jesus is like, it's between Judas and the plow. And like, and Matthew is just like, God damn, that plow's gonna be heavy, dude. Like, take Judas.
What people don't know is he actually made him the 13th apostle.
Oh, look at this. Now we're already, going over Chris Rock again.
Yeah.
Covering it up.
He got
covered up. He's just like, now I'm being confused with a plow.
I lost to a fucking plow.
Fucking Chris Rock. Oh, God. I love
Rufus? Rufus gets passed over by a plow?
He's like, these motherfuckers.
See you in 3 years. Jesus. Sorry about the plow.
God damn it.
I thought you'd understand.
Sorry about the plow. Oh, fuck. All right, man. You want to wrap this one up?
And there you have it. That was this week's Allegedly Podcast. Another 5 for 5 performance. That's what we bring each week. And all we ask is that you hit the buttons. You do the stuff. You know what the things. Right? That's all we ask. It's nice. Give us one of these. Or one of these. Turns out we just need engagement. We don't care. You know? Right? And if you don't want to do any of those things, go ahead. You can find the audio of this wherever you find all your podcasts. You can take us on the road, wherever you're going. While you're plowing your field, you can listen to this two hacks do Christopher Walken impersonations. If you felt so good, follow us on all the socials at Allegendly. Email us at allegendly.podcast@gmail.com. And until next time, for the love of God, stop bringing cowbells to Christopher Walken.
Yes, please. No more cowbells for Walken. He doesn't even go outside.
Please stop.
I'm just trying to plow this field.
I just want to dance.
Fat Boy Slim. My one condition is no cowbell.
Not one cowbell.
It was Clyde.
I got a prescription. And it's shut the fuck up.
I got a fever. And the only thing to cure it is less cowbell.
Yeah. I've had too much cowbell. I got copper poisoning from all the cowbells.
I'm just like you. Except I don't go out because so much cowbell.
I can't even go outside. I gotta Uber Eats all my meals.
And they still bring cowbell. Oh, fuck.